So you've stumbled upon the city of Bee Cave and you're curious to know why it's one of the most popular suburbs just west of Austin. Well, stick with me because I'm going to tell you why people are flocking to Bee Cave and highlight some of the most popular neighborhoods that you're definitely going to want to explore. And all of this is coming from somebody who's lived in the area for over 10 years now. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's first dive into location to better orient you. Now, Bee Cave is roughly 8 square miles in size and located about 12 miles west of downtown Austin, bordering Lakeway to the southeast. It's also a suburb of Austin located in the same county, which is known as Travis County. Now, your drive to and from downtown Austin typically takes about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on traffic conditions, and the area is accessible via major roadways such as Highway 71 and Ranch Road 620 if you're looking at a map. If you plan on commuting to work at one of the tech companies typically located either downtown or in North Austin, or even just frequenting our popular outdoor shopping area, the Domain, your drive will be a little bit longer, closer to that 40-minute mark. Not too bad, especially if you're coming from one of the major metros where that doesn't even hold a candle to what we have here in Austin. What I love about Bee Cave is that you're incredibly close to Lake Travis and multiple marinas throughout the area. So if you're into lake life or you just love the idea of having that nearby, you're only a 10 to 15 minute drive from most marinas and lake access points in the area. Before continuing on full steam ahead, I want to welcome you to the channel or back to the channel where I share everything about what it's like living in Austin. I've been a local for over 14 years now and love sharing everything that I've learned about the city over that period of time. My name is Aubrey von Behren. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in the Austin Metro, helping hundreds of people make a move to and within the city of Austin. If you might be interested in working together, then be sure to call, text, or email. I would absolutely love to help. And also be sure to hit that like button and notification bell because it helps others just like you find this information a little bit more easily. If you're happy with the content that I'm putting together for you, please also hit that subscribe button so you're alerted of the new videos that I'll be putting out for you on a weekly basis. Now, this is one that not many people actually know. Bee Cave is considered a suburb of Austin, but what many people don't realize is that it's truly the city of Bee Cave. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, you're still in the same county as Austin, Travis County, but the city of Bee Cave is its own city and has its own police force, municipality, library, parks, and so much more. For those who don't want to be a part of the city of Austin for a variety of reasons, but still enjoy the close proximity, this is a huge draw for moving to the Bee Cave area specifically. Before we dive into each of the specific communities much more in depth, I do want to highlight that there are 13 communities in Bee Cave, which range anywhere from the newer master plan communities to your older established areas with larger acreage home sites. There are even newer homes that offer walkability with one of the major outdoor shopping areas that I'll highlight here shortly as well. That's incredibly hard to find in all of Greater Austin, definitely in this particular area as well. Although Bee Cave isn't a large area by any means, you'll find a ton of really great housing options nearby. Be sure to stick with me because I'm also going to show you behind the gates of not only one of my favorite Bee Cave neighborhoods, but possibly one of my all-time favorite neighborhoods in all of Greater Austin. Before we dive into the neighborhoods, which I'm incredibly excited about, it's important to understand the types of amenities that you'll find in the area where you'll likely be spending the majority of your time here in Bee Cave. First, let's talk about the major hub in Bee Cave, which is known as the Hill Country Galleria. And then I'm going to let you in on a little surprise development that's underway just next door. The Galleria is a fantastic mixed-use outdoor shopping area where you'll find over 75 restaurants, large anchor stores like Dillard's, H&M, and Barnes & Noble, as well as a really nice outdoor pavilion where they'll host live performances that range from really good plays, surprisingly, to live music that you'll find pretty much on a weekly basis at this point. If you are in the area or at least visiting, you should also check out their farmers market, which is really, really nice. One of the things I love, at least watching, I haven't done it yet, is during the holidays, Bee Cave also has a really nice outdoor ice skating rink that is incredibly popular, especially for the kiddos. One of the other spots that I really love in Bee Cave is their incredibly nice city park called Bee Cave Central Park, just around the corner from the Galleria. In fact, you could actually walk to and from very easily, which again is a rare instance in this entire area of Lake Travis and many parts of Greater Austin. The park itself is 50 acres, so just enough space not to be on top of other park goers, but the right amount of size to be able to explore it all. There is also a scenic 1.5 mile paved loop that's a great spot to walk or bike or just walk the pups. On that note, you will also find a fantastic dog park to take your furry friends. I've been there many, many times. There's one section for the larger dogs and another separate section for the miniature and teacup kind of dogs. Central Park is, of course, incredibly kid-friendly as well. You'll find playscapes, a basketball hoop, and picnic areas. It's really for everyone. Before we started talking about the Galleria, I mentioned a really exciting development in the works that I'm going to highlight right now. What I am thrilled about is having the backyard just around the corner from the Galleria and super close to where I live in the Lake Travis area. The backyard actually started out as an old Austin staple and a very well-known outdoor live music venue that hosted names like Bob Dylan, David Bowie, Willie Nelson, Coldplay, Sheryl Crow, one of my favorites, and so many others. The list goes on and on. In the works is an entire redevelopment of the backyard, which will cover 35 acres, include 12 different food, beverage, music, and cultural offerings, just a ton right next to the Hill Country Galleria and super close to all of these fantastic neighborhoods. Because the backyard was always centered around live music, this new one will no doubt include a 3,700 square foot amphitheater, vendor space, a 150 room boutique hotel, public park, and office space. So a true mixed use facility all centered around live music, which is what the backyard is and was at its core. Like I mentioned, I live in the Lake Travis area and have for a long time now, just around the corner from Bee Cave. So I can't tell you how excited I am to have these upcoming events so conveniently located. We no longer have to drive into downtown because we're going to have so many awesome options essentially in our backyard, no pun intended. Since you've been patiently waiting, let's dive into some of the neighborhoods in Bee Cave that offer a little something for everyone, with my favorite exclusive gated neighborhood being my surprise for you here shortly. First, you have Falcon Head, which is a really nice master plan community and home to the Falcon Head Golf Club, which makes it an incredibly popular spot for golfers. I'll dive into that a little bit more in depth here shortly as well. Now, Falcon Head is made up of two sections, with the original section being accessible from Ranch Road 620 and the newer section, Falcon Head West, being a little bit more accessible from Highway 71. Both of these sections do make up one neighborhood, but because you have different access points, you actually have some more flexibility depending on traffic patterns in the area. Most of the homes in Falcon Head were built in the late 2000s, with the average size being 3 to 5 bedrooms and anywhere from 2,500 to 4,500 square feet in size. The different sections also come with a variety of home types specific to your particular lifestyle. In some areas, you'll find large lots and homes overlooking the golf course, and in other areas, you'll find newer, really nice pockets that offer more of a patio-style home with smaller yards and more of that lock and leave setup for those who are really looking for a little bit more flexibility and less maintenance overall. I mentioned Falcon Head Golf Club, which is actually one of the few public courses in the area. We have many others nearby in Lakeway, of course, but these are mainly operated by the Hills Country Club and private courses. Now, the course in Falcon Head itself winds through this really nice hilly topography in the area, and it definitely isn't afraid of having more of those elevated greens throughout. This particular community is not super well known in Bee Cave, and it's actually tucked into a really nice pocket that not many people know about. This is the community of Homestead. When you're in this spot, you definitely get more of a quiet, rural feel to the area. The lot sizes average anywhere from 1 to 8 acres, which is an incredibly generous amount of space for Bee Cave and certainly many parts in the greater Austin area. Now, some of the largest lots you'll find nearby are actually in this particular pocket. What's pretty neat about all of this is that you're still only minutes from the Hill Country Galleria, but you have more than ample space and privacy with the lot sizes and the particular section where it's located. For those of you who are a little less interested in having community amenities such as pools, fitness centers, and other HOA maintained common areas, this particular spot could actually be a really nice area for you since there is no HOA. In this particular community, you'll find 100-year-old oak trees, creeks, and homes that don't look quite like their neighbors, which I know a lot of people really like. Over the years, people have surprisingly asked me if we ride horses to school and work here in Texas, and while that is wildly untrue, there are neighborhoods where you can actually have horses and ride them within the community. Homestead is one of those spots, so I actually think that's pretty cool. We're on to our next community. This is Lake Point, which is a neighborhood tucked just behind the Hill Country Galleria with close proximity to shopping and restaurants, but still a really nice quiet spot where you can enjoy nice oak trees, the hills, and even lake access just down below behind the back of the neighborhood. This has actually been a staple in Bee Cave since the 90s, so it's one of the more established neighborhoods in a relatively new area of Bee Cave. You'll find a wide range of homes in Lake Point, from smaller homes and lots in the front of the community to more of the upscale homes towards the back of the neighborhood, which are also closer to the lake. There is a great gated section in the back of Lake Point that is actually the most upscale section of the community, where you'll find really nice views of the Hill Country and Lake Austin down below, which not a lot of people know about. Like many of the other master plan communities, you also have a community pool, playscape, and other areas to hike throughout the neighborhood, which are, of course, incredibly popular. Before I jump into my favorite and very exclusive community in Bee Cave, I did mention some newer loft-style homes that offer fantastic walkability within the Hill Country Galleria. These are high-end 3-story homes tucked within the Galleria shopping area, and what's really neat about this spot is that as the area grows and develops with trendy shops and restaurants, these homes are, for the time being, the only true walkable areas to shopping and restaurants. This is due solely to how they're situated within the Galleria, and again, one of the only truly walkable areas that you're going to find here in this Bee Cave vicinity, and quite frankly, many parts of Greater Austin. I promise you a surprise, and that is my favorite neighborhood in Bee Cave and one of my all-time favorites in all of the greater Austin metro. Diving in, this community covers 900 acres of gorgeous hill country land and also happens to be a fantastic golf course neighborhood with 2 manned guard gates for ample privacy and security 24/7. Each home in the area is one of a kind, and there are now over 350 completed residences. With the homes being unique to one another, you'll find that they vary in terms of size as well, ranging anywhere from 2,500 to over 10,000 square feet on some of the homes. In terms of architectural styles, you'll find influences from the Pacific Coast and Hill Country all the way to those that are a little bit more Mediterranean. Additionally, there are thousands of acres of nature preserve in the area, and many of the homes overlook the really gorgeous golf course that I'll tell you a little bit more about here shortly. Before I reveal the name of the neighborhood, I do want to paint a great picture of the offerings you'll find without ever having to actually leave the community. Let's start with the golf club. This is a private 18-hole course ranked number 6 in the state by Golf Digest and number 3 by Golf Week. If you'd like a drink, a casual lunch, or even a really nice dinner, you're right around the corner from their clubhouse restaurant that overlooks the 3rd hole. Super nice. When you join the golf club, you're also going to find a ton of activities, from Friday night family dinners to special occasion parties and barbecues. It's a really nice way to plug into the community and meet other people, especially if you're new. There's also a pool pavilion that includes a multi-level pool with lap lanes, quiet areas with waterfalls, and even a sandy beach shallow area. There's a shaded cabana and really nice fireplace where you can also just catch a game and relax out there. In case that's not enough, there's a pool chef and staff from Memorial Day to Labor Day serving grill menu items and drinks all by the pool. Right around the corner, you'll also find a really nice sand volleyball court and basketball area. So there's something for the entire family all in this central location within the community. But wait, there's more. I think this is pretty neat. There's actually a fishing camp in the community with a private stocked lake with several native fish, including trophy largemouth bass, again, right in the center of the community for residents to tap into. In addition to the 7 parks that you'll find throughout the neighborhood, you will also find an extensive trail system that winds throughout the community. Really nice for those of you who enjoy a morning run or an evening stroll. It's a great spot all throughout the community. I better not forget to actually tell you the name of this lovely community, and that is Spanish Oaks. Again, one of my all-time favorites. If you might be interested in Spanish Oaks, be sure to reach out to me because many of the homes in this area are privately marketed and not actually available online. I do have access to all of these homes and would love to share more with you about the community and available homes. As you can see, Bee Cave offers a ton of value and perks in just a short distance from downtown Austin, so you can probably now have a better understanding of exactly why it's become so popular in recent years and why it might actually be a really nice fit for your next move. If you're interested in Bee Cave or any other areas within Greater Austin for that matter, be sure to reach out to me. I would love to be a resource for you along the way. Just as a reminder, my name is Aubrey von Behren and I'm a licensed real estate broker here in the Austin area. I've helped hundreds of people relocate to the city as well as make a move within Austin. So again, be sure to call, text, or email if I can be a resource for you in absolutely any way. Until next time.